Buenos días, chicos. Hoy vamos a discutir los verbos que terminan en ER. Today we're going to talk about verbs that end in ER. So I made a little PowerPoint for you guys. It has some little animations going on. We've learned this before, but this is basically a review for people that feel like they need it. So if you feel like you totally understand ER verbs, I want you to go to the next podcast, and it's called Poder. P-O-D-E-R, and that one's going to be a little bit more complicated and hopefully challenging for you. Okay, so now back to this. We're talking about verbs that end in ER. The first step when you're talking about a verb that ends in ER, to make it change so that it matches up with the pronoun, you're going to take off the ER. So for the verb correr, C-O-R-R-E-R, you're going to take off the ER, and then you're going to get cor, C-O-R-R. Then you decide what person you want to talk about. Correr means run. So if you want to say I run, you're going to use yo. So you figure out which person you're talking about. Yo means I, tú is you, él is he, ella is she, and usted is you formally. So when you're talking to someone that is an adult or older than you or that you want to show respect to, instead of saying, hey you, you're going to say, hey usted. It's like sir or ma'am. Nosotros means we. Vosotros means you all, but that form is only used in Spain. Ellos means they, a group of boys or girls. Ellas, a group of just girls. And ustedes means you all. So, those are all the different pronouns. So let's say we want to say I run. The verb to run is correr. The first step, we're going to take off the ER, we get cor. Then we find the pronoun we want to talk about. I run, yo. So then you're going to add the correct ending. For yo, the correct ending is O. So it would be corro. If you want to say you run, you find tu, because that's the pronoun for you in Spanish, and you take off the ER still, and then you add an ES. So it would be corres. If you want to talk about she or you formal or he, you're going to add an E to the end and the verb will become corre. If you want to say we run, it's corremos. You all run. Vosotros corréis, and that's only in Spain. And then they run or you all run is going to be corren. So now that you have that table copied down into your notes and the 3 steps, let's do some practice on the next page. This practice, you don't have to write them all down, but you can if you feel like you need to. Mostly just use the verb chart you just copied. Okay, so how do we say I run? Yo is the pronoun, the verb is correr. The answer is corro, and it means I run. Okay, next we're going to talk about he runs. So the pronoun for he is él. The verb for run is correr. We're going to take off the ER. Look at your verb chart and see which ending letter we should put on that verb. It's in the same box as the word él, and the ending letter should be the letter E. In Spanish, it's corre. Corre means he runs. Okay, moving on. Now we're going to try a different verb. So, because this pattern applies to all verbs, or most verbs, that end in ER in Spanish. So we know correr is run, comer is to eat. We've been talking about different foods the past few weeks. Okay, so we eat. Nosotros, and then you're going to use comer as your verb. You take off the ER, so you have com, and then you're going to add the ending, which is emos. So you have nosotros comemos, and that means we eat. Alright, let's try to say they, a group of girls, eat. Take off the ER, find the ending that goes with ellas in your box, and it's comen. They eat. Alright, you drink. Tu beber. Take off the ER, find the ending that goes with tu. It's an ES, so it's bebes, and it means you drink. And then the last one to practice is usted. Beber, which means you formally drink, and it's bebe. You drink. Alright, that's all the practice that we have on these for right now. However, if you feel like you need to work on this some more, then you're going to choose to be in the group that works on ER verbs tomorrow during class. Alright, thank you. That's all.